Hello there everyone, AnthWolf here, playing even more Final Fantasy XIV. Once again we're continuing the Realm Reborn Pants, that's always a good start, patch story content. This time we are going into patch 2.3, Defenders of Eorzea. Okay, so where we last left off, it seems we had to intercede on behalf of a new set of refugees from the Far East, from the region or from the city of Doma. They weren't able to get the aid they needed from Ul'dah, so we invited them up to Revenant's Toll, where they're going to be working as frontier hands, helping alongside the local adventurers guild. In addition, it seems the Ascians were meddling as usual, and they help the Sahagin in empowering themselves, and in so doing they empowered their primal god Leviathan. But we managed to put Leviathan down after a few attempts, and we are now just settling in. Let's see how else we can help the Scions. The Great Divide. Menphilia's thoughts keep returning to the fate of the students of Baldessian. It seems potentially the Alamegans, but unfortunate souls all the same have heard what the Scions interjected with for the Domans and are seeking their own fortune here in Mordona. Seems strange that Ul'dah refugees arrived here at the same time as a demonstration was occurring in Ul'dah. And that demonstration turned violent at that. Let's go see if Alphino's alright. He seems no worse for wear.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dah way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dahs to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Ah, that doesn't sound good at all. Desperate times. Alphino wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. Speak to General Rauban. See if he knows anything about what may have caused the violence. Ah. Okay, Raban is occupied trying to restore order, and Alphinaud wants us to investigate ourselves into what caused the violence. Okay. Lost Hope, I think, is just, northeast of Blackbrush Station. Okay. The Blast Braids have reported suspicious activity taking place there. Alphinaud was curious and was pointing to Raban that the refugees were carrying military-grade equipment. And that probably would have sold for a pretty penny. Oh, there was a merchant here who may have tried to rouse people. Okay. Leofric mentioned the merchant again, and seems some refugees left with him. See, one of the refugees who went with the merchant has returned. Oh dear. shock and awe. The terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. Okay, we need to find that second group. Are they down here? You're gonna give up on this stupid plan and go back home and try to piece your lives together. Nope. Oh, that's good. We got ourselves stuck. Nice job. Yeah, I had to kill a bunch of your friends. The merchant wasn't there. And the merchant is, well, the refugee they're saying is at Stone's Throw, which is just on the outer wall of Ul'dah. camp looks pretty desolate. That is not a good sound. Not a good sign. More people from Stone's Throw being lured in by this merchant. Seems we've been given no real clue though. Ellie's information is from days ago. We can let the Immortal Flames know. Reap the Whirlwind. Flame Commander Swift is determined to stop the rabble-rousing merchant from sowing further sedition. Okay. Commander Swift has suggested speaking to the refugees in Pearl Lane, which is behind the Sapphire Avenue. Hello, Ash, can't I? I noticed you weren't dead yet. I noticed you were playing a bit of Below Zero a couple of evenings ago. Ah, that's no problem. Yeah, I played for a few hours and then decided to leave it for maybe a few months or maybe wait until it's got a full release. But I'll bring that to YouTube probably tomorrow. I'm doing very well though, thank you. I hope you're likewise. Seems we were indeed lucky. The merchant we were seeking just appeared. I understand. So you'll never know if you give it a go. If you don't give it a go, though. I mean, there's times when I'm streaming and I have no viewers. It's just like when I'm recording for YouTube, or how I used to record for YouTube. Just talking to myself. But it's nice to have a bit of viewer interaction now and again. It depends on who you get. Some people are just there and they don't say anything. You know, at times I have like conversations, like with yourself and with a few others. And if they share interest, if they play the game themselves, then you can bounce ideas off them. Right, oh, there he is. It seems someone silenced the merchant before we could question him. You're not the first to consider that. Yeah, the Lalafell can be mistaken for children. Unfortunately, with him dead, we have lost one of our main leads and who may have caused the refugees to take up arms and create violence. But no, I'm glad to hear that you're talking to a streamer who might be interested in doing a bit of multiplayer with you. I was going to suggest that maybe drop into a few Factorio streams. You probably do it already, to be perfectly honest. And maybe seeing if anyone would be up with it. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV as an MMO is really fun. For myself anyway, I understand it's not for everyone. But I thought I'd start again with the new expansion coming out in a few months. Plus I haven't played many of the magic classes, so here we are. Revolution. Commander Swift has a message for you from General Raoban. Oh, okay, Raoban wishes to speak to us. Yeah, MMOs, it definitely have a social aspect. Of course they do. So if you're playing games with friends, it helps promote a bit more longevity into the game. Like, well, my YouTube channel shows for itself I put a lot of time into Star Wars The Old Republic. But that's because the original Star Wars The Old Republic, I'm not so keen on some of the later expansions, had some really good storyline elements.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the Calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
Hello there, Spring Mist. Just recently I did do a Trooper Let's Play in Star Wars The Old Republic.
Was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Allagan ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, We have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Springmist, sorry. Yeah, it should be there, but it's only up to the end of Chapter 3. I never took the trooper into the expansions.
A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Allagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Ul'dah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'dah.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
So we see, or we can most likely guess, to Legi Adalegi, who was so kind to the Domans, is behind the issues with the Alamegan refugees. Stories we tell. Recent revelations weigh heavily on Alphino's mind. Oh, it's Ellie looking for her parents. It seems we're being called elsewhere. Okay, we'll leave Alphino with the investigation here into the refugees. Let's go look into this primal disturbance over in the 12's Wood. Thank you for the cheer there, Spring. I appreciate it. Oh. Don't worry. I appreciate it all the same. Let's find out the situation. So Papa Limo and Yida were investigating, I believe. We'll take the ring for a healer. That's slightly better. The Lord of Levin. Minophilia wishes to discuss the latest threat to arise in the Black Shroud. Okay. It seems the Sylphs may have summoned their primal deity, Lord Ramu, the Lord of Levin. We are tentatively hoping we can convince Ramu of our peaceful intentions. It may not go all according to plan now. Let's speak to the Order of the Twin Adder and the Elder Seed Seer first. See what they've discovered so far. Find Gridania Stola here as well.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Okay, onwards to Little Solace we go. So Lord Ramu is somewhere within the Sylphlands. We're just going to try and find him. Sylphlands Sting. The Serpent Lieutenant is eager to explain the details of your foray into the Sylphlands. Oh, great. So our fellow Scions are using their etheric devices to try and locate Lord Ramu, but their Wood Whaler, our God's Quiver scouts, got ambushed. Some cleansing water here. Okay. Through sylphic magics, you can become transparent and infiltrate the enemy territory undetected. While in this state, a transparent icon will activate in your status bar. The timer below this icon indicates the amount of time you have left. Certain points along your route extend the duration of transparency. Okay, that should have scared off the tempered sylph. Hopefully. Now we need to find out what happened to the scions. The scattered scions. The teary-eyed private appears ready to explain the fate of our fellow scions. Okay. Papa Lima was apparently going to the northeast. Yeah, we do have Papa Lima and Yida here. Oh. Whoops, accidentally made a friend. You feeling alright, Papa Limo? Given some true form scale bombs. Crafted from the scales of butterfly wings, the powder emitted by these light incendiaries has the power to dispel Magic glamours. Okay, we must continue the search. Ooh, we have some hunting target or hunting log targets here. The sylph bonnets. Okay, so be it. Just need to deal with 4 of them. Okay. We have 4 more targets on our hunting log to actually take care of. Hey, Ada. Well, it sounded like you, Yida, but just to be sure. True to form, Yida's eager to rejoin the other scions. Okay. Somewhere to the south. myself stuck. Oh! There's 2 Y'shtolas. Actually, before we do that, I think you're the imposter. Yeah, that's a very good impression. That sounds awfully promising, actually. Levin an impression. Papalima believes he has determined the site upon which the primal Ramu was summoned.
Nora betrays thee, servant. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Whether mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Eorzea, it is rare indeed to find you so far from at home.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
It's alright. If we fail, it just means everyone's going to die. You know, no pressure. The Striking Tree Horde is now accessible. After foraging deep into the Sylph lands, you meet with the intimidating guardian deity of the Sylphs, the Primal Ramuh. But before he will consider your proposal for peace, the Lord Eleven first demands proof that you possess the strength required to repel the Empire from the Twelves Wood. The thunderous entity then vanishes in a blinding flash, leaving the words of his challenge yet echoing in your ears. Enter the Primal's domain and prepare to be measured on the scales of battle. Okay. It's an 8-man trial. See if we can find a party relatively swiftly. What we'll do is we'll move ourselves slightly out from the Aephorite here, since some sylphs do spawn in. I think we're okay if we kind of park ourselves over here. I think. Yeah, we'll just get rid of the UI for a moment while we wait for the trial to proc, and then we'll be on our way. I'll just wait for the trial. On the positive side, once the trial actually begins, it's not actually a terrible trial. Fairly straightforward. Mind, of course, I did say that about Leviathan as well. There is a mechanic that could wipe the entire party, but as long as we focus the adds when they spawn, it should go relatively smoothly. And as long as there's a terror mechanic where Ramuh will target one, maybe two people, and terror makes them unable to do anything and it can't be dispelled. You can dispel it through another one of Ramuh's attacks. But apart from that, it's dodging various AoEs and, yeah, killing the adds as they spawn. Any progress? Not a great deal. It's very slow. We're waiting for tanks more than anything right now. Tanks and healers, as always, tend to be the most required party members in any trial or dungeon. There's usually always a lot more DPS available. Come on, game. Average wait time 6 minutes. It's already been 8. Give me a break. Oh, that sounds promising. Gotta watch out. Ramuh does have a cleave attack. Okay, so far so good. Okay, here come the ads. Alright, Ash Kante. turret, I can't do anything. Well, this is a bit of a mess, but we're getting there. Holy hell. That could have been made a hell of a lot easier. Corey was getting the tank a lot of damage because she wasn't grabbing the orbs. So while they were chained together, they were both taking a lot of damage. Oh well.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay. I can report our success over at Little Solace. It's probably easier just to teleport to Hawthorne Hut and then travel back. What little gods are made of. The Serpent Lieutenant is ready to send you on your way.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartonel, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the Calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania, and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Okay. Back to Revenant's Toll we go. Oh? Am I going somewhere? Seems Tataru and Lamin may know something I do not.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Eorzea, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Eorzea and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldesion. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
A lot of information there to digest. Let us continue. A hard habit to break. Minfilia has some correspondence she wishes to share with you. Hello, Alphino. What are you up to? Okay. We've pretty much been told to have a break. Why not? Might as well speak to Slathborn of the Adventurers Guild. Hello, Tataru. Yeah, it's definitely picked up here of late. Okay. An adventurer may have bitten off more than she can chew up at the singing shards. Let's go look in on her. Oh, I see. I like your enthusiasm, but maybe you tone it down a little. Okay, hopefully she'll listen to us. Seems she's an arcanist, maybe a summoner. Talking about summoning her her pet not obeying her. We get to choose a piece of materia. We're not really going to be making use of tier 4 materia, but oh well, no matter. Picking up the sledge. Slapborn is concerned for the Scion's receptionist. What is Tataru up to exactly? Or is she just simply overworked due to the amount of people coming for the Scion's aid? Tataru's going mining. That can only end well. She's asking us to go... I think that's over Limsa Lominsa. Yes, it is. To pick up her sledgehammer. It's okay, Tataru. We'll pay our own travel fare. You don't need to reimburse us. Okay. He's wondering if the transporters misplaced the sledgehammer. Oh, great, a transporter who isn't actually transporting. Delightful. Yes, he looks awfully busy. Oh, we'll take the box ourselves, shall we? Hand it over to Levin. This box is so heavy that you doubt tiny little Tataru will be able to carry it around herself. Okay. Looks like we need to call Tataru's name once we get over to the Tangle. She might be busy mining. But Lamin there just asks us just to look in on her. Nope. And we gain some cordial. It can be used to instantly restore 300 gathering points, or 350 if the cordial is of high quality. I think there are also high cordials you can purchase. They're actually really damn good. Cordials speed up gathering quite a bit. Guardian of Eorzea. Tatara would have you indulge the attention of your young admirers. I suppose we can indulge them. Well, the kids seem excited at the very least. And we've been invited to another free company. Sliders 2018. I think I've been thrown an invite. Yeah, I've been invited by them before. They are very active, or, well, they have a lot of members at the very least, I should say. Yes, so the contest will take place. Duty calls, commence battle for Guardian of Eorzea. Oh, seems we're gathering a bit more of a crowd. Oh, Christ. He actually caught me with that. He's activated Hallowed Ground. Give it a moment. There you go, that's worn off. Good. Ah, they tried hard. Seems Alphino has big plans. Uldah's been in for quite a bit lately. Recruiting the Realm. Alphino wishes to request your assistance for his new endeavor. Okay. Alphino is keen to create a trial grand company independent of the major city-states. Okay. Well, we can certainly lend our time and assistance while we have a quiet moment. No primals are being summoned, the Garlean Empire is being quiet during their war of succession. Okay. So Alphinaud's going to go speak to the Admiral. And he's asked us to pop up to the upper deck and see if we can find some recruits. He's mentioned he doesn't mind if they're, say, part of the Maelstrom or another organisation, as long as they're willing to lend their aid when this new Grand Company calls for it. Which could lead to some conflict of interest, I suppose, but obviously this is the teething stage. The Krakens have no interest. It is a quest to learn more about the Krakens as well. So we haven't actually looked at it right now. Oh, we can speak to the Commodore, see what he thinks. I think he's probably got too much on his plate, but we may as well extend the offer. Yeah, he's the commander of the Yellow Jackets. Understandable. I think the Yellow Jackets are alike to the Brass Blades. They are like the internal police force of Limsa Lominsa, whereas the Maelstrom deals with more external threats. Could be wrong about that. So it looks like there may be two people down at the aft castle. And one down the anchor yard. Okay. Game's going very slow at the moment. I must be trying to load a lot of things in. Oh, I know who we can probably offer. There is a rather ruthless captain over here. Yeah. Yep, I figured as much. Yeah, I think they might be in here. Any luck? No. Ah, the Guildmaster. Guildmaster has said she's too busy, but she would be willing to help maybe supply some provisions. We're not having much luck here in Limsa Lominsa. Ah, Reoil. We haven't spoken in ages, yeah, since on our way to Titan for the first time. Okay, we have someone who would be willing to join us. It's not much, but it's certainly a start. We could fly to Gridania, but even though it costs a little bit more, it would be faster just to do a bit of teleportation. I mean, we could skip the transportation, the airship cutscenes, and it would be just as quick, but I like watching them at times. So we need to go speak to... Actually, Alphinaud is probably going to speak to Kane Senna, and he probably wants us to do a recruitment drive once again. Okay, let's see who we can entice. There are 4 potential recruits here in all Gridania. See, we do have the Valentine Day event going on right now. Then this is where you take it. Oh, you. What are you doing here? Aren't you in jail? Oh, you've just been released. Oh, I remember you. You tried to get me killed multiple times. Laurentius is looking for a second chance. We have an officer of the Wood Whalers, but she admits that her organization is not in the best position, though she is intrigued. We could ask the manservant of Hock Manor. He feels he just wants to while away his years, his remaining years here in Gridania. I was gonna say, I reckon you're an adventurer, aren't you? Oh, and she'll join us. Excellent. Oh well, we have 2 of 4 potential recruits here. That's better than what happened at Limsa. Wait. I thought we were playing the tune to Age of Empires. It's one thing I've never actually done yet. I've never learned how to play. I know you have the orchestron, which is something else entirely different, but how to play music. That's something I've looked into. It's not actually under a class. So, maybe something I'll have to read into. Okay, and now onwards to Ul'dah. Squishy Rocks Incorporated, or recruiting. Well, it's a name I wouldn't have thought up with. It's quite original. Squishy Rocks Incorporated. Okay. There are 5 potential recruits here in the Steppes of Thal. Let's see if any of them will be willing to become a member of our new company. Oh, Wilred! What are you doing here? I was indeed. Will Red from Little Alamigo is willing to join us. It's a good promising start. Let's get ourselves over to the Weavers Guild. Now we need to get down to the Sapphire Avenue. I know we could... Ah, yes. In Ul'dah, there's a quest. I'm not sure if it's here, actually. Can't see it at the moment. There's a lady here in the Weavers Guild. Yep, Yellow Moon. We can offer a recruitment offer to her. There is a gentleman Rogadan who is just infatuated with Yellow Moon. He asks you to speak to her. Orsen. Now you I do not know. At least I don't remember. Oh, you're one of the yeah, one of the sisters of the church. What are you doing here? She's dedicated to her duty to look after the children. That's absolutely fine. Oh yeah, we suspected her to be the one working with the Amalja. We ended up saving her life when she was going to retrieve a bit of jewelry for one of the boys in the Gold Bazaar. That's right. Let's see if we can hire this middleman merchant. And we can probably throw an offer to, is it Landebert? One of the refugees. Yeah. Whispers on the street say your organization is going to be funded by corrupt coin, by the Syndicate no less. I wonder if Alphino knows that. After all, we've been trying not to take money which may dictate policy. Let's see, Alphino is aware of where some of the money is coming from.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Okay. What else is there? Heretical harassment. Benfilia appears eager to welcome you back to Revenant's Toll. Okay. So we have a lot of new members. We're just waiting for everything to be prepared before the ceremony goes forward. As we'll see how the Adventurers Guild is handling all the new faces. We are indeed on good terms with House Forton. Okay, back over to Camp Dragonhead. It's been a while since we actually spoke to the Ishgardians. Unfortunately, we're going there with bad news, but we can catch up at the same time. When the cold sets in, Lord Horschiffon awaits confirmation of the reason for your visit to Camp Dragonhead.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Forton does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies. or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Halone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Okay. Seems this Lady Iceheart is banding the heretics together. At least from what we've heard. Let's speak to Lord Drillmon of House Durandare. See what information he may possess. Okay. Seems the heretics are much more fanatical of late. And there is a merchant who may have some knowledge for us. Return to Snowcloak. We know Snowcloak. That's where we confronted the heretical Inquisitor. Got a place to check, if any. In fact, I think we have some targets there, don't we? Yeah, we have the Hippo Surfs to deal with. So we just have 2 third cohort Hippomanes. Matches. They are in Lark's Hall. Some heretics try to waylay us on the path. There's a boss fight here. Have the knights here seen anything? Okay. There was a woman atop the cliffs there at Snowcloak. Rather than go hunt her, let's go speak to Lord Drillmore once again. You might want to rally more men for the search. Okay, so Lord Drillmore will keep an eye on Snowcloak. He's asked us to report our discovery to Lord Harshifor. We can do that.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
That's very generous of House Fortal. Okay. Let Slathborn know another supply wagon is on its way. Hopefully this one will have more success. Brave new companions. Slathborn has news on the progress of the inaugural ceremony. What's got Tataro worried right now? Okay. We've been given 8 uniforms in ultramarine. Crafted specifically for Alpha No's new trial organization. We need to find 8 new recruits. Okay. It's another hide-and-seek mission. We should really hire the Dolmen children to hand out these uniforms, to be perfectly honest. They're good at that game. We have Ueorzea here. It must be from Ul'dah, since he sees a profit in merchandising the trial organization's uniform. We have Laurentius here. This Rogadan gentleman. He is a member of the Maelstrom. Seems enthusiastic to give it a go. We have Illbird here. Let's see if anyone's just outside the gate. We've got a Ifemi here, who looks like a member of the twin adders. Oh, there's Will Red. We've got Ryal. And we have one more. Aha! Alianne. Hello. Okay, everyone has their uniform. Let's speak to Alphano once again.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Levin.
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready. I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Eorzea. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
We have not.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Well, that wasn't ominous at all, was it? It seems, meanwhile, in Ishgard, the Archbishop may be consorting with the Ascians. I'm sure that'll not come back to bite us at any point in the future. But that is the end of the patch 2.3 story content, with Eorzea defended, the latest achievement we just unlocked there. And it's a good place to take a break. And when we come back in the next stream, or in the next video, we will be going into patch 2.4, of course. Let me just take a look here. Ooh, we are creeping ever closer to getting to the Heaven's Ward expansion. But yeah, the patch 2.4 expansion, of course, is titled Dreams of Ice. And no doubt we'll be looking into the heretics and this Lady Iceheart once again. No doubt it'll come up. Either way though, thank you all for watching me here this evening. I hope you've all enjoyed here on Twitch, and I hope you'll enjoy the rest of your day. And for anyone watching on YouTube and has managed to get through these many hours, feel free to leave a comment if you so desire, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video of the series. Either way, I'll repeat myself once again, do enjoy the rest of your days, however many hours you have left, and hopefully I'll see you for even more as the series progresses. Until then though, well, until next time I should say, take care. Bye bye now.